In this class, we are going to look at the fill series. So when we are trying to use the fill series, it's kind of automatic way of filling up the cells with series of numbers or formulas that you don't need to retype the formula consistently. So for example, we have this data, some simple data. We have mass, we have volume, we have fish, we have chicken, and we have density. We have sum, fish, and density, and thereabout. So you can be able to compute density because we know density is mass times volume. So we can just come to the cell of density and they'll say equal sign, and we say equal to mass, which is 34, times volume, which is 55, and we just hit enter, and this gives us the density. So you can do that on all the cells. You can come over here and put equals to mass times volume as well, times volume, again times volume. Okay, mass times volume, and you hit enter, and it's going to give you the density. But the fill feature kind of make things easy for you so that you can just, all you need to do is just to select any formula that you've applied here, and you can either drag it down and the same action will happen throughout the formula, or you can just select the cell that contains that formula, come to the bottom right over here, this small box, you can see it at the bottom here. Once you see your cursor changing into this cross sign, you can double click on it and it will replicate, or it will automatically fill up the cells with that particular formula. So when you check, you can see maybe on this cell, you can see it gives us B13 and C13. So you can click here and you can see the reference cell. Okay, so this is normal reference. You can see the reference cell that equate to this. Okay, you can click on this and you will see also, you click here and you see the reference cell that equated to this. So this is B8 times C8. So you don't need to repeatedly be putting the formula. Once you put one, you can drag it and it automatically fill up. Okay, so the next thing is, assuming we want to add this number of items into our simple calculation of the density, we may want to refer to this very item. Okay, so I want to refer to only this cell. Okay, so we can say density at this point is equal to mass multiplied by volume, which is this one, and we hit on, and say we multiply it by the number of items, and then we say multiply by the number of items, this one, and we hit on enter. So if we try to drag this down, or we double click over here, we can see everything return to 0 because the next subsequent cells are empty. Okay, so you can see right now it's multiplying this one and this one and this cell, and it makes it automatically 0 since we cannot see anything because it's still increasing the H sign. So you see this is H4, this is H5, this is H6, this is H7. Accordingly, it keeps increasing the cells, and you can see the reference cell. These cells are empty. So this is called relative cell multiplication. Okay, so in cases when I want to fix this cell, I want the calculation to be done, but I want this cell to be fixed throughout this calculation. I want you to multiply this, and then with this, regardless of the cell. Okay, regardless of the row that you are in, I will just want it to be constantly multiplying with this. So all I need to do is to come back to my multiplication, and I have to put a dollar sign before the letter. Okay, the letter, I put the dollar sign before the letter and after the letter to fix this particular value. Before the letter and after the letter, that means I want this particular value to be fixed throughout my calculation. So when I hit enter, and this time around I select this cell, come to this small dot and double click over here, you can see it brings in all the values. So when you check in all of the cells, you can see that it is referring to cell H3 at any given point. It's still referring to cell H3. It's multiplying by cell H3 at the last one. It is like that everywhere. So you have fixed this. Okay, so you can do the same for all. You can do summation. You can sum fish, number of fish, and number of chicken, say equal to, and you can do fish plus chicken. Okay, you can just hit on enter, and this gives you the total, and you can select and drag, and you have all the formulas, all the fish and chicken selected. So this is how to do automatic fill. You can do that on all the data, any given data that you have. And in cases when you want to maybe replicate a given cell, for example, you want this cell to be on all the cells, you don't have to type in 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 all through. All you need to do is to select it and drag, and it's going to replicate this very cell throughout. Okay, so you can see the automatically filled. And then in cases when you have serial arrangement of numbers, maybe you have 1 and 2 and 3, which means you are going to have it 4, 5, 6, 7 up to a given number. You don't need to calculate all that. All you need to do is to select the first 3 that you have calculated, and you come all the way down here. Excel is going to note that you are trying to number the cells accordingly in incremental order like this, so it is going to take it. So once you select the first 3, it has studied the pattern, and once you drag and drop it to any point, it's going to kind of bring it down to those numbers. Okay, so you can see it continued 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 22 that you've selected. So this is basically the power of fill series that you can easily use in Microsoft Excel. You can do that on any cell. Once you understand the formula, you can select and drag it, and need to apply that particular formula across all the cells, across all the columns and rows, just like so. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.